As the tennis season is here, we thought as a team of physios we'd put together a video for you guys of 5 exercises that we think are particularly beneficial. One of these exercises is for spinal mobility and the other 4 are for strengthening muscles that we think are useful for tennis players.
So one of the exercises we decided to do for strengthening of the forearm for sports over the summer are wrist extension exercises and wrist flexion exercises against some resistance. So you want to pick a weight that starts off with comfortable and gradually build up from there. So what we want to do is get our forearm nice and supported. So that's in this position. First of all, we're going to do some extension exercises for our wrist. Make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed. And we want to get a weight in our hand this way, so my palm's facing downwards. And I'm going to go all the way down, nice and slowly and controlled. And then nice and slowly up again, all the way to the top, so it's through the full range of exercise. All the way down, about 8 to 10 seconds down, 8 to 10 seconds up. And the other way, into flexion exercise, so turn our forearms over so our palms are facing up towards the ceiling, and we do exactly the same but in reverse. So my forearms nice and rested on the table again, all the way down and all the way up. 8 to 10 seconds down, 8 to 10 seconds up. Very quickly also, just to show you, when you're looking down your forearm, make sure that you're not deviating off to one side. Some people do this and some people do this. Imagine that you have a line going through the middle of your forearm, and that's supposed to match up to this knuckle here. So that's where your extension is here. So don't do this, and also don't do this, because you can put unusual torsion to the wrist. And the same with this way. Imagine that there's my line, it goes through something along those lines, so we're not deviating off to the side. One of the other exercises we decided to try and improve our range of motion in the middle part of our back, or our thoracic spine. Try and do it in a seating position. There's a couple of ways you can do it, and that variety is the spice of life. So you can do it both ways, see which one you get a better stretch at. So you sit down nice and upright, imagine you have a piece of string pulling you nice and upright through here. Cross your arms across your chest, and then rotate, keeping your pelvis nice and still, and imagining you're rotating around an axis that goes all the way through your spine, like so. And try not to get into a very slumped, curved position. Try and push your chest bone forwards, pinch your shoulder blades back and get a good rotation, so you can do that. All the way around, nice and slowly and controlled. You can also do it to this position, into here, all the way around, and all the way around. And imagine, as I say, piece of string holding you upright, axis of rotation is through that point there, try not to slump forward.
You're going to work from low to high, so tight to a low surface, again gripping with 2 hands, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. You're going to come from about your pocket position, okay, and you're going to pull across up to the opposite side. So this can be sometimes called the sword draw, so you're drawing the sword from your pocket up.
The exercise we're going to demonstrate is the calf raise, and Kelly here is going to demonstrate that exercise for us. So Kelly's going to come up onto your toes, perfect, and slowly descend down, letting the heels drop down towards the floor, and all the way back up. And down.
The next exercise is a standing squat, which is great for strengthening the buttock and thigh muscles. I'm going to demonstrate it here. Often it's easier if you've got your hands in front as a counterbalance, and then you're bending at the hips and the knees, as if you're going to sit down onto a chair and then stand back up again. The important points to remember here are to keep the knee in line with the second toe, making sure that the knees don't roll in or roll out. So keeping that alignment as you perform the squat. Another couple of important points to remember whilst performing the squat is to ensure that the knees do not go beyond the toes. So Paul performs it correctly here. He should always be able to see his toes if he looks down. Come back up. Now, if we perform it incorrectly, a lot of people tend to transfer their weight far too much forwards and their knees go beyond their toes, and often the heels can lift up as well. So that we want to avoid. If we go back to doing it correctly, the other point to remind you of is to ensure that your head and body stay upright rather than bending too much, as Paul will demonstrate now.
So that's our 5 exercises for tennis players completed. We suggest you do about 3 sets of each exercise and try and work to fatigue on each of these sets. We'd advise you do this about 1 to 2 times a week alongside your usual tennis.